when your prayer is not answered the way you wanted him to.
What's a Christian life like? When you see your goals and know God will help you reach them. Though life trials and temptations gets in the way, you will find love in Christ, which puts a smile on your face as you follow His way. One Step Closer, Christian Life.
Hey guys, welcome to One Step Closer Ministry. Today we're going to talk about prayer. There's times in our life where things don't go the way we probably were expecting them to go. Even when we prayed so much for days, weeks, months, years, and we see nothing. We look around, we look in our lives, we reflect upon everything that has been going on, and you get so tempted to say, God, where are you? I've been praying. What happened? Or, God, I prayed for this, but I don't know why I got this as an answer. I can tell you this, that I understand that's where you're at right now. You know why? Because I have been there. There's a verse in the Bible in James. And the book of James is actually one of my favorite books in the Bible. And we're going to check it out. It's James chapter 1, verse 2. It says, "My brothers and sisters, when you have many kinds of troubles, you should be full of joy, because you know that this trouble tests your faith, and this will give you patience." And then on verse 6, it says, "But when you ask God, you must believe and not doubt. Anyone who doubts is like a wave in the sea, blown up and down by the wind." I wanted to share with you today a story. So at this moment of my life, I had already started reading my Bible, and I felt so highly spiritually, right? I was just like, I had already that experience of like being on fire for God and just saying like, Lord, I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. And, that experience of just like getting to know God for the first time. I already have had that. But at this moment, I didn't hear him. All I could hear was silence. And I started doubting my faith. So there I am in my room, contemplating on it, being so sad because my faith was getting so little. And it was just one of those points that I felt like giving up on God. One of those points that I was like, Lord, I can't believe this is happening to me. Why have you forsaken me? That's what I wanted to say. So much. Because I was not getting the answer from God that I wanted to get about the situation that I was going through. And then my friend calls me, and I go get the phone, answer it, and I'm like, "Hey girl, what's up?" She's like, "Yeah, I actually need a ride from LMC, and can you please come get me?" LMC is a college that I used to go to. So I was like, okay, yeah, I don't see why not. So I get in the car. At that time I used to have like a pickup truck, the Toyota pickups. Anyway, so I got in the car and went. And actually she needed me to give her a ride because she had a lot of stuff for this family that their house had gotten burned down, and so they really needed new stuff. So this precious friend of mine had asked for donations for that family. So there she was waiting for me at the college with all that stuff. As soon as I see her, we start putting things in the truck and stuff like that. And then my friend looked up and she was like, "Darling, it looks like it's gonna rain today." And I was like, oh no. Because my truck didn't have a cover, I was like, man, everything's gonna get wet. Oh no, this is not cool. Lord, why is like everything happening to me? That feeling. And so then I was like, all right, Lord, man. And then my friend leaves to ask somebody a question or something, and I'm in the car by myself again. And then that day, it's actually the first time I had read the book of James. And I had read that day verse 6, and like how if we ask God, we must believe and not doubt and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, God, I'm going to pray. Okay, I don't really have faith or trust you at this moment, but Lord, I don't know, I pray. And in my mind, I was like, I'm giving you one more chance. And now that I think about it, I'm like, who was I to give him one more chance? But anyway, I was like, Lord, please stop the rain. And I was making sure, right? In my mind and in my head, everything, I was like, okay, I'm trusting you. I'm not doubting you. I believe in you. I'm not doubting you. And I was just trying to make sure of that just because I had read that and it said, like, even though when we ask God, we must trust and not doubt and have faith in Him and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'm not doubting you, God. You can do it. You can do it. I know you can. You created everything. You're the you're the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Almighty, so you can do anything. So I trusted it. I was like, okay, let's get in the car. And then my friend came in and she was like, man, you're really sad because, what if everything gets wet and we have clothes, we have blankets, we have things that could really get damaged, like lamps and she went on and on, and I was like, don't worry, we'll be fine, have faith. And it's just so interesting because I was like, that moment was a moment where I was losing hope, but at the same time, gaining it back. I was like, Lord, I believe in you. I know you can. I know that I probably have been wrong all this time, and whatnot. So there I was in the car driving, and with so much faith, I was being straightened all over again because my faith was so weak. But then I was like, no. I am gonna give you one more chance, and I know you can do this. So I kept going, I kept driving, and stuff like that. We were singing songs. And then, out of nowhere, I see a drop of water. You can just imagine how I felt. My heart was broken. I remember I couldn't believe it. I opened the window and I took my hand out to make sure if it was really raining or not. And it truly was starting to rain. And I was like, man, Lord. But then I was like, man, okay, but it's gonna go away. I trust you. I know that it's gonna go away. And it's crazy because right after I said that, rain just poured out, like, strongly. I remember I could barely even see, and I was using my wipers and they were going really fast and trying to see, and me heartbroken. I remember that we put music on and my friend was in her own world for a little bit and I was in my own world. She was probably thinking, like, what are we gonna do? Everything's getting wet. And I was just like, Lord, like, this was the last chance I was giving you. Like, what happened? I believed in you and I believed in that promise that you put in your word that if we have faith and not doubt, it will come true. Like, what happened? Have you ever been through anything like that in your life? When you have prayed so much for something, when you had so much faith in God, but yet what you prayed for did not happen. There I was, heartbroken. So we get to her destination, right? When we get to her destination, I'm like, okay, let's take everything out, and I just, like, I wanted to cry. I just wanted to just say bye to her, go to my room, get on my bed, get my pillow, hug my pillow, and just cry my heart out. And we get ready, we go outside, and I see the water, and I make sure not to, like, get wet or anything. When I go grab the trash can that was behind my truck, I realized that nothing was wet. And then I started touching everything, and nothing was wet. Nothing was wet. He was trying to show me how powerful He is, how powerful He can be. My friend and I were shocked. We were blown away. And I asked her, I was like, hey, her name is Sarah. Sarah, did you realize that nothing is wet? And she was like, yeah, girl, praise God. And I was like, yes, praise God. And I was just, oh my God, I was overwhelmed. Like, I think it was just too powerful that I got so speechless. There's times that we might pray for something, and that something might not go the way we want it to go. But God knows better because He's powerful, and He probably wants to show you greater things that He can do, because all I was asking was for Him to stop the rain. But He not only did that, but He made it more specific, and He knew exactly what my point was. Out of my whole prayer, the only thing that I didn't want is for the stuff to get wet. God, I was asking for something like, I just want, yes, please stop the rain. But for him, he was like, I'm gonna go straight to what you really want. I'm gonna go straight to where your heart is. And your heart right now is in this stuff.
I recorded that video years ago, so I guess I wasn't able to fully express what I really wanted to say. But the point was that God does not only see the big picture, He sees the heart of what you are really asking. Like for me, the only thing that I cared about at that moment was for the stuff in the back of my truck to not get wet. So I thought, you know what? The rain can stop and everything will be good. But God saw, hey, I'm going to show you how powerful I am, and that your ultimate prayer request is not even that the rain stops. You don't care if it rains or not. What you really care about is whether that stuff in the back of your car get wet or not. And He went straight to that to answer my prayer. Just like in life today, many times we may pray and we may think we know exactly what we really need. But God knows the deep level, the root of what we actually need. So that was just something amazing that till today I hold really strong in my heart, this testimony.
So I'm going to show you what greater things I can do for you. I was just blown away, guys. And this testimony, every time I go to trials, every time that the enemy wants to put negativity in my mind, I constantly remind myself of this, of what God has shown me. And what God shows each one of us is for all of us. I pray, if you're going right now through something like that, where you're not sure why God is not answering to you, or maybe He answered it to you the wrong way, I would encourage you, because He can do greater things. He knows us better. He knows our heart and our mind better than we know it ourselves. So let's trust and hold on to His word until He comes back again for the second time. In those moments, of trials and temptations and all of that stuff, let's let our faith be, is there to let our faith be tested, because ultimately this world is divided in two sides, good and evil. The enemy wants us to believe that God is not truthful. The enemy wants us to believe that He's not there for us. But we cannot let Him win. Let's remind Him that Christ already won the battle at the cross, because ever since then we have a second chance for our salvation. I just wanted to share this testimony with you. We praise an amazing God. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
If you're not yet part of the One Step Closer family, I invite you to join us. Just subscribe down below and click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a video. Blessings.